Portugal and Sweden, hunting for a place in that top 4?
It's going to be tough, but I think the lads have got it in them. Obviously, it's a long tournament, so let's go as far as we can and see what we can get out of it.
And it will be Scotland to tap off. Our first game of the day here from Riverside. The secondary pitches for Nottingham, but pitch 1 here for the Masters competition, and it's Scotland getting off to the fastest start through Nick Forrester, and they're diving in from close range, but Forrester forced to retreat. A really bright start though for Scotland. They'll have a couple of stabs at the Australian line. The Emu's under pressure. Here's Nick Forrester again, inside and out. Good quick pick-up, and Forrester on the return just puts it down. Seems like a key player in the centres in these early stages, but Adam, a promising first attack for Scotland.
Yeah, it's good to get hands on the ball early doors, have a good attack, see what they're made of in defence.
And it's Australia who go box side at the first time of asking, and the substitutes come rolling on here. Now the green and gold are crashing up past the 10-metre, but it's just been spilt there by Tim Robinson on the deck. That won't trouble Scotland. They've got possession back in a promising position. Here's David Lewis at the half. Right to the edge through Keith Moore. Good pick up. Forrester hands it off of the Martin variety. Now through the centres, David Hislop. 1 or 2 more touches in the bank for Scotland. They'll have to create something soon here. Lovely pass out wide. Martin Forrester puts it down. But it's a bright start just 2 minutes into this game for Scotland. Adam, you've got to be pleased with what you've seen so far, even if we are only 2 minutes in.
But it's a positive start. I think it's good to get hands on ball, have a few attacks. Obviously, ball's gone to ground, it's going to be really slippy, so got to keep those passes nice and short.
Well, it is pretty overcast here. There's a very light dribble in the air. A little bit of wind and rain, but it won't dampen the spirits here at the Touch World Cup in Nottingham, and that's a lovely line. One more pass should do it. It will pop up kindly in the end. And Australia, through Troy Nichols, will touch down to score the first. Despite Scotland's energetic start to this game, they go behind. Beautiful weight of pass into the path of Watts. Quick hands out to the left. And Troy Nichols had acres of space to dot down for Australia's first. Well, Adam, it isn't the finest start to the game, but only their second attack, and they did string together an excellent try, Australia.
Yeah, it's a good start for Australia. Obviously, you know, not ideal to concede early on, but we've got lots of time. We'll get back into the game and hopefully make an impact.
Scotland are back to the 7 with a lovely line from Paul Travis Smith. Leslie flings a wide one out, searching for Stuart Robinson. But the ball goes down. Australia with 6 touches to exit, and they do wind their way towards the left-hand side. And it's an action-packed day here on Riverside with a whole host of fixtures from various Masters competitions, 35s all the way up to 50s. As that ball goes down, there's a lot of protests from the Australians who think it came off a Scottish hand. And they will win 6 touches in a promising position. Dangerous, Adam, for Scotland.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to keep them out here, so not too far from the line, but we'll have to see what they're made of.
Good line through the centre, wrapping round is Mark Cecil. And a big hole opened up on that right-hand side for Scotland. The wrap around. Cecil came from deep. And the link attack has punished Scotland here. They go 2 behind to Australia.
Yeah, he picked his hole well there. I think big hole opened up on the line. He took advantage.
Great pace from Mark Cecil. But Scotland, though, back on the halfway with 6 touches, looking to create. There's a lot of Scottish representation at the camp today. The women's side are in action on a separate pitch just after this game. Scotland looking to slide in for their first. Well, they'll take their time here and assess their options. It's Nick Forrester, ball in hand, he forces the touch. The ball is loose on the ground, and that's an end to the attack. Now, we'll touch on Scotland's involvement at the Touch World Cup in a bit more detail. One of the home nations, of course, in a home World Cup. It was in Edinburgh back in 2011, but nice to be down here in Nottingham. What's the feeling like in the camp, especially after that massive opening ceremony?
In camp's looking good and positive at the moment. Obviously, first day really today. See everyone playing, make a start in the competition, and see if we can make some good grounds and finish the day strong. I think the opening ceremony was massive for everyone. You know, friends and family can come down. Obviously, it being nice and close to home in comparison to where some of the other countries have come from.
Well, it was a threatening attack from Australia, put down by Remus Gentles, but they were towards their final set of touches, and Scotland down this left tram line are just looking to get some changes on. Little show and go from Hislop, but that's all 6 for Scotland. We trail by 2 in this opening half of the opening game here at Riverside. Australia happy to sacrifice a little bit of momentum in order to get the changes on, but they've got a good pick up. Here's Watts. Watts makes great yards, and they're only an inch away here. Watts touches down. Australia just got caught a little bit behind the line there. And Benjamin Watts, freshly on the field, is scoring Australia's third.
Yeah, he's picked that hole well there between the link and the wing. Opened up for him and he took advantage.
Well, that link space, a real avenue for success for Australia. Andrew Lees turns provider there. Here comes his opposite number in David Leslie, looking to create something for this Scottish men's 40 side. Good ball back on the inside to find Cooper, to find Matheson even. Lovely footwork from Travis Smith. He's got a bit of pace about him. Here's Lewis, and well, that pass has gone astray. The difference between the two sides, Adam, is just that Australia a little bit more clinical when they make it into the Scottish half.
Yeah, they're taking a full advantage of position, and yeah, they're not wasting any time when they get down there. It's nice and quick, and scores are in.
Another promising looking attack. The ball back on the inside for Jasper Buller. And they're racing away here. They're in the end zone, desperate for support. Buller comes short, but they go to the left instead and find Troy Nichols for his second score. Well, they scooped through the centre there. Great run from Ellis El Char. And it was great movement round the back of Craig O'Conachie. Australia go 4 up inside 8 minutes. And Scotland, who have not done a lot wrong in this first half, find themselves 4 tries behind, but that is the way with Australia. They are just so quick off the ground. Nick Forrester hands it off to Ormston. Lewis finds Forrester on the wraparound, ball back inside to Lewis. And, well, he wasn't really expecting it there. Scotland lose another 10, so 6 touches for Australia. Good running once again from Jasper Buller. Australia hit the box and look to make changes. More direct this time from Mark Cecil, another try scorer in this first half. Australia go racing away, another great pickup, just so clean on the floor, almost an interception. Craig O'Conachie gets up to knock it back. It will be Scotland possession, as the ball went backwards. Better defence this time, Adam, from Scotland.
Yeah, they managed to smooth that attack quite well, and it's a good opportunity to get back up the pitch now and get some subs on, get some fresh legs on.
The men's 40s would be hopeful of finishing in the top 4, but they've got some big games ahead of them against the likes of England after this one.
Yeah, England will be a massive game, obviously. In the derby, hard contested, but I think the lads should come through.
Some nice quick hands there from Australia, but touch and pass, I believe, is the call. They've lost possession. And Australia, as we've seen, can strike from anywhere. They'll fancy themselves from halfway. Pass out from Sean Street. Street's there at the half. Richard Foote leaves the fray. Here's Tim Robinson. Australia just biding their time for turning on the afterburners. Jones on the return. Jones finds Watt, who's so quick to get it down. Benjamin Watt. Good defence from Scotland this time. They keep Australia out. Here's Aaron Jones. Switch in play, and it's opened Scotland up. Nathan Jones goes over.
Really nice sweep there. Took advantage of the hole that opened up on the line, and took full advantage.
Well, there's a lot of very decent fitness on show in this men's 40s competition. Make no mistake about that. But when you execute a switch play like that, turning left to right is a little bit more difficult in this competition than it would be in the men's open. So a well-executed switch, Jones to Jones, Aaron to Nathan. Australia in for a 5th. Once again, Scotland have made it to the 7, and then they just can't rinse out the rest of their touches, and that seems to be a running theme here with Scotland. They're finding themselves in good positions, but that final pass just isn't being completed at the moment.
No, it seems a bit like they're panicking a little bit when they get to the 7. We'll see what Australia can do here.
Australia themselves have found them emus in a promising position. Good pick-up from Cecil. Oh, lovely footwork, stepping off the right. Ellis El Char. Well, that's another score. And that's just a great little step inside. Beating Paul Travis Smith. There was a touch offside there. Australia 6 up. They're on for a try every 2 minutes at the moment.
It's a tough start for Scotland. First game in the comp, but we'll see what they're made of as we come towards the end of this first half.
We did always think that it would be a challenge for Scotland, due to the fact that Australia are who they are in the world of touch. An ambitious ball out to the right doesn't find its target. So Andrew Lees can roll it back. Good defence from Scotland as they make a few changes of their own. But a call from the touchline there has gifted Scotland possession back again. They'll be hoping to create something here. But the conditions this morning perhaps playing a part. And not just the conditions, it's a little bit wet, but also the time. It's bright and early here, so it will take a while perhaps for some of these teams in the competition to wake up.
Yeah, obviously it's an early start, and it's a long day for some teams. You know, they could have an 8 o'clock start, and they could have a game again at 5 o'clock in the evening. So it's a tough one.
Australia go rolling in for another score. Troy Nichols with a hat-trick in this first half. Well, it is bright and early for some, but perhaps the jet lag some of these players over from Australia might be feeling is working in their favour. They are up and ready to go. It's 9:15. Just over 5 minutes to go in the first half. Australia up by 7. Not a case of Scottish underperformance. They've created chances in attack. It's just this Australian ruthlessness which has categorised their touch teams across the programme and across the week as well. Touch made just short of the 7. Lovely step off the left this time from Mark Cecil. who goes down a little bit worse for wear. David Hislop of Scotland there to help him out. Good to see them both back to their feet. Adam's physio senses just spiked there for a moment.
Yeah, see someone stay down, you got to keep an eye on it, see what's going on. Fortunately, he's all right, and he's back up quickly.
And Australia with another score. Mark Cecil with his second try of the game. That footwork in close range, so dangerous in this age category.
Yeah, it's really really tough, especially in these conditions as well, to stop and go. If someone suddenly change direction, it's tough to try and get back over there.
That's what Australia are doing so well today. It's David Leslie who rolls it back. Here's Travis Smith. Leslie. Matheson. Well, wanted the return. Matheson does have it back. There's the big miss pass. It's well weighted, but it's just beyond Stuart Robinson. Another opportunity for Scotland, though, Alan. They are finding themselves in the right areas.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're doing well to get down into the Australian 7, and it's just that final pass. I think they've got to go to hand. Obviously, the slip conditions makes it a little bit harder to pass and catch the ball, but I'm sure we'll see them score for the house out.
Good defence from Kinnicky there, slapping it down for Australia, but that is 6 more touches in their favour. You see them camped up on that far side under the gazebo. Buller looking to take him on. Gets it back off Watts, but here is Watts. The Buller again, the centres. Middle, and then they look to hunt the link space, and it's a great line from Andrew Lees. And that link space has been a thorn in Scotland's side. And just as it looked like Buller and Watts were going to attack through the middle, Benjamin Watts had his head up, moved it to the right. Great line from Andrew Lees.
Yeah, really nice hole there. Hit the line well. Big score.
And this Australian strip as well is almost as synonymous as the side who play in it. It is a really beautiful bit of kit. As that ball just goes down, David Lewis made good yards in the build-up. Australia, unfortunately, just don't make those kind of mistakes, it seems.
Yeah, they're a really well-drilled side. Obviously, they play. A lot of these lads will be playing touch for a long time, so it comes quite seamless to them.
Indeed, plenty of experience in this Australian side, but, well, things haven't gone their way on this occasion. Not sure they'll be too worried.
No, he spilled the ball, he's put it down there, so, yeah, 6 more. 6 for Scotland now. See what they can do.
Scotland would love to get a score before the break. They've still got 4 touches in the locker. There's the third, halfway through their set. Hislop wants it on the return and gets it. Stepping inside and out. Oh, lovely little turn, and he's frees the hands for Gordon. But in the end, it was the end of Scotland's attack. Can Australia, with this quite ridiculous score rate of a try every 2 minutes, notch up another, keep that ratio intact going into the break? Great pace injected into the attack. Another strong pickup, and they've got numbers over on the left if they can use them, but an ambitious pass, looking for the miss pass, perhaps should have just gone through the hands. But, well, it's a note for the Australian coaching staff, who can't be too disappointed in their side's performance. The men's 40 side up by 9, with half-time looming. Touch made by Aaron Jones. It's Keith Moore. Matheson. Here's Muir. And they do make it to an edge, Scotland, but they run out of touches on that 10-metre. Well, Adam, it's tough to analyse this Scottish performance because they haven't made too many errors, but what needs to change in the second half?
I think the big one is, you know, when you get down to the 7, you got to be clinical. You got to be finishing off those chances. Australia defending really well. You're getting up off the line nice and quick.
Well, they go diving in on the stroke at half-time. Aaron Jones, but I think the touch was made. Oh well, indeed, the score was given on the break of the half. So in fact, Australia will go in 10 to the good.
So with that question, it brings half time.
Just another good step. Really great ball manipulation in 2 hands. And Australia go in for a 10th through Aaron Jones. So at half-time here in our opening game, live at the Touch Rugby World Cup here on Riverside, Scotland trail by 10 tries to Australia, whose men's 40 side will be sensing they could go all the way, along with every other team Australia have entered into the competition. Well, we'll be back for the second half in just a few moments' time, where Scotland have 20 minutes to try and get themselves on the board against this dominating Australian unit.
Oh, I love math.
Players and officials, this is your 2-minute warning. Players and officials, 2 minutes.
That's my David, by the way. Hi, I'm So-So.
Jordan! Players and officials, this is your 1-minute warning. Players and officials, 1 minute.
Where's my buddy? There he is. Where's my buddy? Don't tell me he's going to be involved down the wrong end as well.
Players and officials, this is your 30-second warning. Please take to the pitches ready to play. Players and officials, stand by.
That's like my girls from. Yeah, it's like my girls.
Second half then as the hooter goes. Australia up by 10. Adam, one of the physios from the Scottish camp, alongside me for this one, and we were just discussing how going into this game, as Australia starts so brightly with another little switch play that has them in for their 11th. We were just discussing that in many ways Scotland will be looking beyond this game and thinking, you know, all we need to do is beat the other teams outside of your Englands and your Scotlands, and you're through to a semi.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you've got to target the right games and kind of know where you're at and look at the teams you want to beat. And, you know, if we can beat some of those, you know, smaller nations in regards to touch, then, you know, we should be looking at a semi-final.
Can't count anyone out, of course, in the mixed 30s towards the end of the day. The Cook Islands took down Samoa in quite convincing fashion. Jersey as well, taking down Chile in the men's open. So had a couple of shocks so far in the tournament. Scotland would do well to craft a comeback here. But once again, they're at the 7. They just run out of touches.
Yeah, they've done well to get it away from the Australian box as they look to sub, but Australia have just come back so quickly there.
Great transition, but a rare error from Australia. We were saying at the break, Adam, that the difference between the sides is that once they get into the 7, Australia is scoring, whereas Scotland at the moment are being kept out by the Aussie defence, and that needs to change.
Absolutely, I think it comes down to a huge amount of, you know, they know what they do in Australia. They've been there before, they've done it, and they're making it count.
Now Scotland unable to use all 6. Australia back where they started, really. Gentles gets the pass away, takes it into touch, leaves the field. On come the substitutes. Taking a bit of pace out of the game. Aaron Jones assessing where to go. Lovely switch, and that's opened them up. Beautiful ball over the top. Stephen Murray with his first for Australia in this men's 40s competition. And that's just a couple of really nicely weighted passes. Pretty undefensible touch, Adam.
Yeah, Australia are making it look easy here. Scotland have got to keep at it, obviously. It's a long second half, a lot of points on the board for Australia, but let's see what the boys can do.
It's a long week as well. Their tournament will not be defined by this game here. They are not the first side to be taken to the sword by Australia, and they shan't be the last. But a promising position here. Once again, Scotland make it to the 7. And Nick Forrester running the show. Good pickup. Forrester on the return. Well, passing it through the hands there. And, well, Adam, we are just amusing ourselves because that's the 20th woman to give you a wave on the way past from various camps, not just Scotland, mind you.
Yeah, no comment there, Will.
Popular figure here on Riverside. We're glad to have got a hold of you for this game, as once again Australia rumbling on. Here's Remus Gentles out the back door. Bit of trickery. Lovely draw and give, and Australia are open again. Heath Cooper this time. What a life, eh, Alan, to be an Australian winger.
Happy days, eh? The service is there. On a plate, really. Catch the ball, pop it down over the line. Scores are in.
Quite frankly, ridiculous ball from Mark Cecil. Under a world of pressure by our high-flying Scottish defence. They just ran out of blue shirts. And here comes Scotland then. Down by 14. The game beyond them. Who knows what unit of measurement it could come down to for that Final place in the 4. Points difference could matter as it's the knee slide from David Hislop. Right on the 6th. Good improvisation from Scotland, but once again they've been denied right at the line. Australia hit the box and make the changes.
Australia transitioned so well with subbing off and subbing back on again, and use it as an advantage to get down to the 7.
Well, what a scoop this is as well. Ellis Elchar was picked out in that end zone, but unfortunately knocked it on. No try for Australia this time. And so the scoreboard ticks over, as you just expect Australia to score every time, but this time held by Scotland. Scotland make it to the box themselves. It's Keith Moore, Robinson, Matheson. Nice ball inside to Leslie. Good pickup and a change of direction from Travis Smith, and Scotland are over. Alistair Matheson had a huge part to play in that score, and it's a popular one as well on this near touchline. Australia do concede for the first time.
Fantastic score for Scotland there. Smiles all around as they come off the pitch and look set up a big set here on defence.
Well, that is what it means, scoring against the best team in the world.
It's no easy feat, I'll tell you that.
Sean Street to tap off for Australia, their first tap off of the game from a try conceded at least. In goes Mark Cecil, and here's Andrew Lees. Watts, Cecil outside him, picks a good pass. Look at the acceleration. Mark Cecil away, but I believe the pass was just a touch forward there. Not only does Scotland go up the other end and score, Adam, they've also kept Australia out twice in a row now.
Fantastic phase in the game for them at the moment. Obviously 1-0 up in the last couple of minutes, really good. Breaking down that Australia 2 scores, 1 score every 2 minutes.
And they've won another 6 as well. On comes Martin Forrester. Nick Forrester plays half, leaves the field. Good pickup. Hislop. Well, he is caught, unfortunately, as the half. Turnover for the Emus. And here come Australia, racing towards the box. Well, they've transitioned up the field with such great pace. A diving interception. Great work from Chris Palmer to deny a certain try. It does give Australia 6 touches. In a dangerous position. Good ball back on the inside. Australia do have another. Jasper Buller goes over again. And they are just so clinical. Another one on the board, 15-1 then the score. But a better phase of the game for Scotland, Adam.
Yeah, really good phase for Scotland there, obviously conceding. Big hole opened up on the line. We'll see what they can do now. They've got 6 touches, make the most of it. Good drive up the middle here from Scotland.
And they have found themselves just shy of the 7. Good pickup, ball back on the inside, but a bit of a miscommunication perhaps.
Australia will look to sub off here.
They wind their way towards the left-hand side of their field.
They've dummied the sub move.
Oh, and a lovely break down the left-hand side. Great pace from Stephen Murray, and he slides in from range for his second score of the game. And that is clever from Australia.
So hard to defend that move. Obviously, everything had shaped up like they wanted to sub off, and then switched it back to their left-hand side across to Scotland's box, and paced down the wing to score.
Well, that is a really impressive run down the left from Murray Stevens, or Stephen Murray even. His second try of the game. 10 minutes to go. Scores 16-1 in Australia's favour, but here comes Scotland. Nick Forrester's over, but he's caught at the line.
Australia out quick to defend.
Good pickup. Here's Forrester. Ormston. He hits the deck, looking to evade. Mark Cecil on the 6th touch. And this time, surely Australia will ring in the changes. Up over the 10-metre. Great pace from Foot. Good ball over the top. Heath Cooper was in there. Can't find the yellow and green jersey. Scotland on the transition. They haven't made as many yards from those last 2 touches. But the subs are on. Here's Andrew Gordon. Gordon gets it back on the inside. Little show and go from Hislop. And it's Australia back in possession. They go left to right, quick as a flash. Touch made on Andrew Lees. Aaron Jones finds Nathan Jones. Jones, touch made, good pickup. Jones on a return, ball inside, wonderful touch. Nice, El Chago's over, but no try is given. Good defence from Scotland.
Fantastic defensive set there, keeping Australia out. They look to transition up the field.
And we'll look ahead to a few more of the games here on Riverside Pitch 1. Fiji take on South Africa in the men's 35 up next. That'll be a real cracking game.
Huge game, yeah. Could be really good one to watch. A lot of explosive players in both sides.
Fiji are back on Riverside 1 in the men's 35 at 12:20 when they take on New Zealand. So a couple of great games there. England will also be in action just before 3 o'clock against Ireland in the women's 35.
Yeah, a lot of really good touch to be played today. It's great for the sport, obviously, that we've got this big show for the World Cup.
4 pitches live streamed across Highfields and Riverside. And this on Riverside. Well, it's been a real exhibition in touch from Australia so far. Through the hands they go. Great defence in the end. I think it was Martin Forrester flying out of the line to make that final touch and dislodge the ball.
Scotland's defence coming up trumps once again in this second half. Really good set from them.
It has been a much improved performance from Scotland in the second 20. But that is a wonderful pass over the top, and Australia race away into the corner, and the commentator's curse has struck again here on pitch 1. Not for the first time this week. As soon as you compliment Australia's improved second half, Troy Nichols goes over his 4th of the game. But that was a really lovely ball, floated from the middle right out to the right wing, Adam.
Yeah, those wingers have got a serious pair of hands on them. They don't drop much, and they make it count when it counts.
Well, there'll be plenty of sides in this men's 40s, as well as England, who have been tipped to go far in this format of the Touch Rugby World Cup, who'll be shaking a little bit in their boots following this Australian performance. Good ball out to the left, great pace, a dive from a long way out. Benjamin Watts got across for Australia. And that's 6 touches up. A really good effort by David Lewis. Full commitment on show in the men's 40s category here at the touch rugby. Looking a little bit more disjointed in attack with just 4 minutes to go, but it's been a long game of chasing yellow and green jerseys.
Yeah, it's been a tough game for Scotland. We've had some good glimpses in the game, but Australia just too good in this one.
Has to be expected from the largest contingent here at the Touch Rugby Cup, only rivalled by the likes of England and in that regard.
Yeah, massive setup Australia have got, and they've brought a huge squad with them to Nottingham.
Here's Nathan Jones. Richard Foote. Foote with Jones in support. And look how they just turn on the pace here. Great movement. Cecil, though, caught by Forrester. El Shah, there's the switch. And they should have numbers up somewhere. Good ball back on the inside to evade Forrester's touch. Cecil hands it off. Jones has it back. And here's Nathan Jones. Lovely ball out wide and crashing over. For try number 5 is Troy Nichols.
Yeah, no, I heard him.
What a performance from the Australian winger.
Some showing from him today. It's an early game, but it's not affected this guy.
And the shape on the pass as well from Nathan Jones. Delightful. Scotland still, though, with about 2 minutes to play, are transitioning because the try was not given, actually. Maybe a hint of a forward pass there. So Australia instead work out from their own 7, and they've done it really well. Before that last knock on, of course.
Commentators care striking
Really
again,
should stop complimenting anyone on field. I'll leave that up to you, Adam.
Well, I haven't had the same amount of luck either, though.
Up to halfway, Australia cross that white line. Tim Robinson touched that time. Here's Buller. Lovely celebration into the camera following his try. Watts and Buller now in the middle for Australia. Buller back to Watts, searching for the link. Skips him out and goes to the wing. But it's been picked off by Scotland. With a minute and a half to go, we'll have 6 touches to take on Australia. Australia will taste victory in their first outing in the men's 40 competition. Scotland looking to rack up another score.
Wasn't to be there for Scotland.
No, suddenly the numbers look a little bit threatening for the Emus. Good pick up. And the numbers just run out there for Scotland. The hole was picked off by Heath Cooper. And that's number 18 up for Australia. Scotland have not been kept out by the Aussies all game, but, well, down the other end, they've been so ruthless. And they've even left a couple out there, you could say, Adam.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't capitalised on every opportunity. Balls have gone to ground. Scotland have defended really well in patches. There's a lot to take away for Scotland, go and learn on, build from as you go further into the tournament. But it's not to say there aren't been glimpses of brilliance from Scotland.
Well, Australia had a really good day yesterday. Well, we expected nothing more from Australia. They were, in that first half, so clinical. They scored a try every 2 minutes in the first 20 and racked up that 10-0 scoreline. Scotland came out in the second half with a bit of a point to prove, and they did that in phases, got their first try, defended well, but the game was over before the second half really began. But Adam, on the Scottish camper course won't be too disheartened because there's plenty of rugby still to play.
A lot of time to make an impact in this competition, and hope to go deep.
Well, the semi-final place is still up for grabs. All Scotland need to do is finish in that top 4, with England still to come. And plenty of other nations that they will be targeting over the next few days. Thank you, Adam, for joining us for that opening game.
Thanks, Will. It's been a pleasure.
And we'll have you back on if Scotland re-emerge anytime soon, I'm sure. For now, though, we change competitions, we change nations, but we stay here, pitch 1 at Riverside, because up next it's going to be action from the men's 35s competition, and it's a real cracker, where Fiji take on South Africa. That's live in just a few moments' time at the Touch Rugby World Cup 2024 here in Nottingham.